Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to Ace Combat 5. This is part 2 of our carrier run. And what that means is that the only aircraft that I'm allowed to select are aircraft that can be used off the Kestrel. Or that can be carrier launched. Since we are doing a campaign, there's going to be one more mission where we're not technically going to use a carrier plane, but I don't have a choice in the matter, and that's final option. But to refresh your memory as to what all aircraft are available, we had, for the first 4 missions, the F-5E Tiger II. We have the A-6E Intruder, the EA-6B Prowler, the FA-18C Hornet, FA-18E Super Hornet, and the EA-18G Growler. And of course, you have your F-14A Tomcat, F-14B Bombcat, and F-14D Supercat. And we've got the Rafale M. And finally, the F-35C Lightning II. And for one mission, like I said, we're stuck with this piece of crap, the Hawk. But anyway, last time we finished Act 1, which I like to call the Ocean Arc, where we primarily fly over Osea, which is missions 1 through 8. And we're about to begin the invasion of Yuktobania with Mission 9, Lit Fuse. AKA the closest Ace Combat has gotten to a walking simulator.
If we succeed, we'll never have to face the humiliation of those youths trampling on our homeland again. The goal of this operation is simple: to invade and occupy the Yuktobanian mainland.
We're going to conduct a large-scale amphibious assault against Yuktobania on the Vostok Peninsula. This mission will be called Operation Footprint. The landing force will be selected from the 1st and 2nd Ocean Army Battalions. They will be divided into 4 companies: A, B, C, and D.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Learn the NATO alphabet, briefing guy.
Scattered throughout the area, then rendezvous and reform into a single large force unit to assault the final target, the fortress. The Yuktobanian defense positions along the coast are tightly dug in, and we have concluded that air attacks alone will not be enough to destroy them. Therefore, Operation Footprint will be a synchronized air and ground attack to neutralize these positions. It is critical that you follow the specific targeting instructions of the ground commander to maximize the effects of your attacks. We are expecting poor weather conditions and fierce resistance from the Yuktobanian defense forces.
I know they say poor weather conditions, but it doesn't seem very poor, but I think that's largely due to the fact that this is a PS2 game. But then again, come Ice Cage, we actually do see some blizzard-like conditions. So, I guess hold the sin.
I wish you the best of luck in battle.
Alright, so for this mission, we're going to take, I believe I said the EA-6B. the EA6B, because you don't really need special weapons for this one. Just need guns.
Please choose my plane.
Actually, we're going with the Quack Bang, the rubber ducky. Hello, Ross. Welcome to Strem.
Which plane am I going up in, Captain? Captain, which plane should I use?
Are we launching in this formation?
I'm good. Tired as hell, but good. But yeah, for this mission, since we're basically doing a walking simulator, where all we really need to do is fire the damn guns, we're taking the Quack Bang.
War dog, launch.
The Ukes will never expect it. Song reminds you of a bit of a shitpost video project. Nice. Hello, Gio. Welcome to Stream. I like the little propellers on the jamming thing. This is not the A6, Gio. This is the EA6. A video of you browsing through planes in the Project Wingman. Ah, interesting.
Terry, got something I need to tell you. The enemy's right in front of us, Scott. Save it for later. Yeah, I guess you're right. Later then. The 4 companies will now land.
But when you come across a paint scheme based combat game,
We're almost at the beach.
what happens?
ATM activated.
I'm assuming you have mods installed then.
That's it. Row. Keep rowing. To hell with this.
Music generally switches. Ah, gotcha. There's a video project. Oh.
No time to kiss the ground. This is Company A. Landing successful. Deploy the armored vehicles now. Stop them at the water's edge. Don't let them set 1 foot on our soil. Don't let them set foot on our
You pick Warthog, so just hang one. Ah, gotcha.
Visibility is low. Stay alert. The attack can come from anywhere.
New Zealand? No. For some reason, NZ means Sand Island. I don't know why.
Continue your support. Find top cover for the armored vehicles. This is Company B. Our attacks getting held up by fierce fire from the bunkers. Halt the enemy fire with an airstrike. We'll charge in at the same time. Hurry to the designated area and provide close air support. Activate your radar map to check location. Is the
Yeah.
attack target confirmed, kid?
Not at all.
Check your radar again.
Fuck you.
Be careful. This might be some kind of trap. Direct hit.
Probably need to play more games to see it a lot. Because in real life, the Navy retired the intruder line a while back. They haven't really been in Ace Combat, or at least mainline Ace Combat, since 0.
Pinned down by crossfire. We can't advance. Bunkers opening fire again.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Okay, I can't get that one, but I can do this one.
Blaze, air attacks can only silence the bunkers temporarily.
No.
Bunkers are extremely tough. Our weapons alone won't suffice.
We're going to advance further.
Give us a 4-seater, you only see 2 surviving pilots.
Penetrate the enemy lines and deeper. It's too dangerous. Current position secured. Repeat, position secured. Well done. Give them one more sign. Locked on. The enemy's broken through into the inland areas.
I mean, This is Ace Combat. Everyone but the pilot is basically just a placeholder. Because Rios and Wizzos aren't a thing.
This operation is pointless. These guys are just gonna storm in, head on, following orders. That's how war is fought. That's why I hate it. How could the president authorize an escalation of the war like this? This is insane. We get bogged down in this forever.
Hey, Chopper. Maybe it wasn't the president. Oh, you had an idea popping your head when thinking of F-59? That's dangerous. Nah. I'm not Air Force, I'm Navy. Everybody picked an F-14. Oh boy. I love the F-14, but it is not good for ground assault.
Enemy facility confirmed destroyed. Go! You too, Rourke! Requesting immediate close air support. Take out that large bunker from the air. Enemy facility.
I mean, if you give it bombs, it's decent, but it's meant to be an interceptor. Oh yeah. NPCs having Rios and Wizzos, yeah, that's a ton of voice work. And that would get expensive real damn quick.
Requesting close air support. Company A currently engaging enemy bunker. Their defenses are tougher than the last one. We need your help. Fox 2! Missile hit!
Well, in Ace 7, some of the DLC Tomcats from the Top Gun are actually pretty damn good in both dogfighting, aka the TGM F-14A, and for ground assault, aka the F-14A with its cluster bombs of fuck Eunice. But the Hornets are better, so... He's over the top. Well, I mean, if you're on the beta branch, I can see using the Phantom. It has 3 slots. And it can carry a lot of big unguided bombs. But so can the Tomcat. So and the Tomcat can carry more bombs with more hard points than the Phantom. So I don't understand why you would pick the Phantom over the Tomcat, but yeah, I remember when you did Red Sea with Glass Cannon, Double Time, and Ace Train. Basically, when you wanted to see how fast you could give yourself an aneurysm, Phantom has 4 hard points for MLA Ace. Yeah, and the Tomcat has 6 hard points. Well, what's your point? I'm just saying, the Tomcat is an upgrade to the Phantom in every way in Project Wingman. Did I miss Bravo Company talking to me? Oh, nope, there it is. Sure, why not? I don't give a shit.
Marching to the sound of air support bombings. The area is secured. Thanks for the support. It's kind of nice to have friends down below. 3 bunkers remaining.
Like using Sparrows for slot 1, bombs for slot 2, and MLAs for okay. That is the only advantage the Phantom has, is the slot 3 does have 4 hard points. So I guess technically the Phantom has more hard points specifically than the Tomcat. But the Tomcat makes up for it in the fact that it can go faster and maneuver better than the Phantom. And I think it's a bit more tankier too.
Did you know? My older brother's down there. What? You should have told me that earlier, you moron. Where is
As for Sparrows being risky, it depends upon the range you're shooting him from. If you're shooting him from very long range, it's very safe. In fact, that's what the Sparrows are designed for. They're designed for long-range sniping. If you try and use them up close, then there's your problem. Or if you try to use them in the middle of a furball, that's your problem. Purposely use 4 bombs on flag to manipulate it. I mean, why wouldn't you? Also, by the way, on the PC, you will never see me use the beta unless they force me to, because I don't know what the beta is going to do to the mods that I have. Also, the beta makes the ASM missiles suck balls. Although the railgun is a lot more accurate in the beta, so who knows. And the bombs are a lot better. But mainly I'm gonna keep it at the not beta until they force me to, because mods. Also, I haven't really been paying attention to the mission. I've been kind of on autopilot. Because this mission is so goddamn boring. One time during mission 17, yeah, the land battleships answering the crew member brought up to needs to target cap respond my doesn't have. Purposely time using the ACM to fire the second he finished talking. Nice. Dark comedy is always funny.
I'm retiring after this, so you better not overlook.
Although sometimes he can get too dark.
We can't defend this area just by ourselves.
Blaze, Bucks 2. Bandits in gun range. Continue the advance.
One bunker remaining. Commence counterattack. Don't let anyone get by. Enemy landing.
God damn it! I hate these fucking tornadoes.
Throw those Osean bastards back into the sea. Allied planes, we're moving into position to attack the last bunker. We're requesting close air support against the remaining bunkers. Let's finish this.
Better be glad they aren't up against ISAT. Well, lore-wise, the Ocean Defense Force is strategically and tactically the strongest military in Strangerial. There's a reason why they're a superpower. Gameplay-wise, however, that is a completely different story. The AI is dumb as shit. Nothing the Ocean Intelligence or agency does makes any goddamn sense. And if you're going pure gameplay, it's the Amerian military that is king in Strangerial. Bandog did nothing wrong. That is correct. Ow! Fuck you. Oh, it was totally a dick move. But he warned Full Band. He gave him like 3 strikes. Full Band didn't shut up, so yeah. Yeah, the Oceans were definitely unencrypted channels in 7. The problem is the Erusians had those encrypted frequencies because the EASA was being backed by North Osea Grunder Industries, which is Osea's main defense contractor. We will eventually react to everything wrong with Project Wingman. That is a Sly video. But we gotta get through 6 and 7 first. Yeah, that was Sly Ace Zeta, or at the time he was called Sly Koopa Fan. His big claim to fame is, I think he's the main admin for Acepedia. Oh yeah, I'm definitely willing to bet that Sicario had encrypted communications. But any encryption can be broken. So even when you're encrypted, you're not supposed to really reveal a lot or talk about personal things over the radio. Alright, we're out of Sidewinders, so it's guns only. I would say that Sicario themselves weren't really taken as a serious threat until Mission 6, which is Machine of the Mantle, because that's when the Peacekeepers canonically start taking notice. And if you're ballsy enough, you can actually shoot down one of the Crimsons and drive them off.
After intense fighting, the landing force captured and
It's not a good idea unless you're using a high-end aircraft.
We have secured the southeastern coast of Yuktobania.
I mean, there's a reason why it says
Our first forward base on
engagement not
Yuktobania
advised.
combat operations inside the
Chasing back the F-14.
After we complete construction,
I mean,
our defense
you could theoretically do it in the T-21,
to the final target,
but
capital city of Sinigrad.
they're not gonna stop you. It just says engagement not advised. Basically saying, if you do this, you're on your own. We ain't gonna stop you, but we ain't gonna support you either. Alright, blind spot. This is another
The Yuktobanian
beginning
force
of
defending
two
the Vostok Peninsula is staging a
connected
large-scale
missions.
withdrawal from the area. After analyzing the situation, we have determined that they are pulling back the force to regroup their defense network and strengthen their capital defenses. Yuktobania's southern armies sustained heavy damage during our landing.
So wish there was a line talking about President's history as well. That would have been nice, because canonically when you take up a single seat fighter, she stays back as your mechanic.
Pursue these planes, destroy them.
She only goes up as your Wizzo if you take a dual-seater. Alright, so for this mission, we are taking the Bombcat.
Captain, please choose my plane.
Yeah. And you're wondering, why Bombcat? This is an anti-air mission only, right? Well, yeah, but
This formation, then?
the whatever the next mission is, depending upon what we choose, it's gonna be the airport one, because I know how to do it. And I don't want to do 4 horsemen. But anyway, whatever mission you next choose, you either stay in the aircraft you're taking for blind spot, or you're given a Mirage. Well, I don't want to do 4 horsemen, so we're going directly to the airport. And I think in the cannon run, I mistakenly took... Or, no, it wasn't the cannon run, it was the revisited run. I mistakenly took a solely anti-air fighter. One that had sparrows, I'm not sure which one. And then I got thrown directly into chain reaction. I was like, oh shit. Kind of hate blind spot. Story-wise, if only because War Dog were unfairly blamed for what happened. Yeah. And again, it would not be the last time a long shot. No scene piloted squad were blamed for something they did. Yeah, no. That seems to be a common denominator in games where you're an OC and protagonist. Hello, Cross. You missed Lit Fuse, where I used the Quack Bang, aka the Rubber Ducky E6, and then proceeded not to pay attention for the whole damn mission, and I just talked with Ross about Project Wingman. So yeah, you didn't really miss much. At least it was
War Dog, launch.
Alright.
Hey, kid, did you take a listen to that song?
Yes.
That Bass of the Coin is a great tune, huh?
Well, let's see here. With Trigger's thing, I don't think the Oseans themselves put Trigger on Tribunal. I think it was actually the IUN. And I think they put Trigger into the penal unit, not necessarily because they wanted him to die. I mean, that might have been a bonus. But I think it's because they realized he's got potential. And we really don't know what the fuck happened. So we're just going to make him a scapegoat, but at least this way he can still serve. If he dies, he dies. And the PR people can have their sacrificial lamb. But until he dies, he can still rack up a body count for us. I mean, I speak one voice. That's fair. All right. It's kind of...
Engaging.
Archer, engaging. Blaze, engage. Whoops. Chopper, engage.
Cross, people assume that the Osean government and the Osean High Command is good aligned. They are not. They are neutral or lawful neutral at best. And we even have canonical evidence of Osean High Command officers conspiring to assassinate Trigger. So we also have canonical evidence in Ace Combat Zero that Osean High Command was perfectly fine doing some nasty shit to the Belkans so they can have their resources back. Namely, oh yeah, let's invade Belka to search for WMDs. That's outside the scope of what the Belkan War was originally supposed to be. Oh yeah, and then the firebombing of Hofnug. In fact, I think it was the Seven Pillars of Belka that kind of got Osea to go, hold up. Did we just turn these guys psychopathic? Yeah, well, Osea, on the whole, is on the good line side. Their high command, other than Harling, I would say is neutral aligned at best. Take a while and guess what mercenary would be. Cordium? I don't know.
How many planes you got there? Man, this is making me cry. Picking up something on radar.
Crystal Kingdom denies the request. Yeah.
Too many signatures on radar.
I love how when people were starting to play Frontline 59,
No, Blaze, there's too many signatures showing up.
they're like, oh, the Federation's not that bad. We're the good guys. And then that line happened. It's like, oh. Yeah, we're still the bad guys. Well, yeah, that happens next mission, though. It's proud Yuzian. Yes and no, they have your own issues. Including not being able to properly organize outside ISAP. But even so. Well,
Let's take care of
I am a proud Amerian.
Don't let the jamming confuse you.
We haven't really done evil shit. We've done stupid shit, but we haven't done evil shit. You know, I mean, if we're going by RIL nationalities, I'm an Osean. Because I'm American. But the strange real country in which I proclaim citizenship to is Ameria.
Concentrate on shooting down the enemy jammer aircraft. The transport can wait. Get out of there! What are you doing? We're gonna burn up the engines. This is as fast as it gets. This is our sky. Don't let them march in here. The radar's back online. What? We're totally exposed flying like this. Calm down. It just means now we're on equal footing. Ha! So it's a little visual trick. Well, too bad. I'm not into special effects. Gotta wonder what else they've got up their sleeves.
Yeah, Faust is insane. Faust makes Torres look like a nice guy. Oh, hell no.
Enemy! Jamming wave! Interference! This is the 8492nd leader. All 8492nd units proceed as planned. Damn it! Even radios! Heads up! Kid! That's a big...
What?
Jam! ACCM! Restore communication link! The Osean planes are firing on a school packed with civilians. They're at the engineering college. Whoever's violating orders, cease fire immediately.
Boom.
It's doing that! Attention!
Alright,
It's Operation
see you in a bit.
Sector Charlie Omega. Attacks on civilians are forbidden. That's right.
E6, E767. Oh boy.
I'm no toy. I don't see a thing in my radar.
EZZR. We're talking. I think it's ECCM. Echo Charlie Charlie Mike. Instead of Echo Zulu Zulu Romeo.
This is Thunderhead.
Ah, shit.
Did you engage in an attack on a civilian facility?
Yes.
Why would we do that? Weren't you
It's called Sarcasm Thunder Blockhead.
Your primary mission is to escort the transport.
Yeah, fair enough.
Watch them die. That's what I hate about war. No matter who starts it, it always comes to this.
Upward.
Split and engage the enemy fighters.
Hi, Sly. Welcome to Stram.
Mission. Don't worry, it's just one more.
If you're wondering why we're in Bomb Cats, it's because of the next mission.
Our cover's totally.
Also, you missed the quack bang.
That's a mountain range down below us. Even if you
Or did you purposely miss lit fuse because you knew it was boring as fuck?
don't panic, we're still okay.
The what? I'm calling the rubber ducky E6 quack bang.
Get this far inland.
It's like a flashbang grenade, but since it's a rubber ducky, it's a quack bang.
Fox 2.
And since E6 is essentially flashbang the enemy radars, it's the aircraft equivalent of a flashbang.
Bandits in gun range.
So quack bang.
Fox 2. Missile hit.
There's a method to my madness, don't judge me.
Enemy plane shot down.
But yeah, I use the E6 for lit fuse because I figured I can just kill all the bunkers with guns. Who cares? Do you have any idea how confused I am?
Fox 2. Warning. The enemy's tracking you on radar.
Look, The E6 might as well be the airplane equivalent of a flashbang grenade, because it jams the enemy radars and essentially flashbangs their missiles, so they have no idea what's going on and they lose their target. The E6 special skin looks like a fucking duck. It's a rubber ducky. So you put the two together, you get a quack bang. I'm sorry to hear that, Ross. I hate being a responsible adult, but good luck. Thank you for joining.
Blaze, Fox 2. Shack on the target. Splash 1, Splash 1.
So, did I break Sly's brain?
Approaching gun range. Splash 1, Splash 1.
Did I force him to do a hard reset?
Blaze, Fox 2. Target hit. Last plane confirmed shot down. All enemy transports and jammers in the local airspace have been eliminated.
Alright.
We have succeeded in halting the
If I force Sly to do a hard reset of his brain, I'm gonna say I quack banged it.
An engineering university has been attacked. This attack occurred in an area within operating range of the Sand Island Squadron. Sand Island air crews will report to Central Command headquarters in the Ocean capital city of Alred immediately.
Yeah. Alred. Alright, save. Chain reaction.
General Howard, Supreme Commander of the Ocean Armies deployed to Yuktobania, successfully
Just
stormed the enemy
watch the
and
funny
established a
playing
command
game.
center on the spot. The general, who had been given full operational authority by the President, then made the following declaration. We will march forward and we will not lay down our arms until the Yuktobanian capital has fallen. Alred, the
You know what I don't understand is why
to reach you.
the Ocean High Command is insistent upon, no, we're not invading Yuktobania.
That's right.
We're liberating it.
They call themselves
Liberating it from who? Themselves?
92. Is that all you people have to say? There is no squadron in our military with that number.
Precisely.
What the hell's going on here?
That is some serious PR spin there.
We've got an emergency here. Our armies are bogged down with the Yuktobania invasion, so we're short on operational aircraft. Unfortunately, as a result, we're going to have to request that you flying aces take off for us.
You know what? Because you're being so condescending about it, Mr. Announcer Person, fuck you, I'm not going up.
To decide.
Same of what Russia's saying about Ukraine liberating it. Yeah. Although, to be fair, I didn't think Russia gave a shit about optics.
They are flying in the direction of Apito International Airport, located in the area between Aurid Bay and the capital. Apito International is a civilian airport. The enemy's intentions are unknown. Passengers and personnel are currently being evacuated, but the sudden appearance of the enemy has plunged
Again,
intercept and engage
the Russian
the
citizenry,
and protect Apito International Airport.
I mean, they're kind of forced to swallow whatever the spin is. I mean, they don't have to fall for it. But even if they don't, there's nothing they can really do. other than drink vodka and be mad.
I can't believe we flipped a coin for this mission. This isn't funny, man.
This is the airport control tower. Emergency alert. All planes cancel takeoff.
Well, I guess I took up anyway because the game said, but thou must.
Change your course. Change it.
Same thing here. It's just, yeah.
Flight 31. A high-speed aircraft just passed
But
600 yards away. They're Allied fighters taking off.
historically,
All flights be heads up for mid-air collisions.
the American administrations did actually have to give a shit about what the American populace thought because, you know,
I'm choking up here.
Which squad?
they have to face re-election sometimes.
Air Defense Squadron. The enemy has unleashed chemical weapons in a college town 400 miles from the airport. One squadron is on its way there to spread neutralizers. You're the only one.
Because Vietnam was a very good thing, definitely.
So which one's the containment attack?
Vietnam had its host of its own host of problems.
News too, huh? Not that things are any better over here.
For one, the politicians telling the military what they could and could not do, because that's always a recipe for success. Personally, if I had been in charge of things way back when, I would have prevented the whole Vietnam thing from kicking off by when Ho Chi Minh asked Truman for help kicking the French out. I would have just gone to Charles de Gaulle and said, hey, so if you can hold on to your overseas colonies, then that must mean you don't need our help rebuilding your own country. So we're just going to pull out all of our Marshall Plan funding because you can take care of yourself. Let's see how de Gaulle handles that one. He would pull the fuck out of Indochina so fast it'd make your head spin.
Don't shoot any civilian buildings.
And voila! No Vietnam War, because Ho Chi Minh wouldn't have gone to the Soviets for help because we would have solved their problem for them.
Look at all the enemies in the IFF. Where? Down below? On the ground?
But, you know,
Control tower. Military transport.
hindsight and everything. Oh, shit. I did the wrong one.
Squadron number and
I hit the wrong button. I was trying to pull up my radar.
We haven't deployed any Allied military.
Now, what would you do about the Gulf and Tonkin incident? Well, I'm pretty sure that that was some shady dealings, just to get us more involved.
Hey kid, did you hear that just now?
No, what happened?
Tanks have appeared out of transport planes at the airport. What the hell's going on?
How did they sneak in here?
But at the very least to save face, because somebody touched our boats, and that is the number one cardinal sin. You do not touch America's boats.
They were really after the airport.
I guess I would have launched an air war. I don't know.
Destroyed. Give it all you've got.
Claim the main on Spain.
Just a moment ago, everything was
Yeah.
Kid, you notice something?
I mean, you do realize what the American Navy actually was born for, right? The American Navy didn't really take play, or they weren't born.
We just need to protect this airport.
So, like, speaking of not touch, ever heard of Operation Praying Mantis? Yes, I have. The time where we dismantled Iran's Navy in an 8-hour workday. But no, the American Navy was created in the late 1790s because the Barbary pirates wouldn't stop touching our boats.
Box 2! Box 2! Yes! Missile hit!
So we created the Navy made it full of super frigates. And, oh yeah, I forgot. We need to take care of these guys. That time we issued a proportional response. Proportional. But yeah, we made a treaty with the Moroccan Barbary state. A treaty that still stands to this day, mind you. That basically said, don't fuck with us, we won't fuck with you. And the Moroccans were like, wait, why are you here? As a country? Oh yeah, we beat the British and declared independence. And they're like, you did what? You beat the world's superpower to declare your... Okay, yeah, we're gonna get on your good side because we don't want any of that. And then the rest of the Barbary states essentially did what we like to call fuck around and find out.
Then again, we did sort of do the same thing to them over in their territory.
So this is
And you're taking a trip to Boston and saying expect the might fits the Constitution. I'm gonna win. Oh, if you can go on the Constitution, go. She is currently the oldest active commissioned warship in the U.S. Navy. Again, I was talking too much. It's like, it's like they can handle it, right? The civilian airport's got this, right? They don't need help. Ah, yes, the civilian airports can handle the tank fire. Yeah. Wait, you mean civilian airports aren't hardened with armor? Now that's just crazy talk. I mean, this is Osea, the country that issues you, or every new citizen, with an anti-tank rifle at birth. And you're telling me we don't have hardened airports that can withstand tank fire? Shame. Send them here, they'll get super confused by the highway directions around JFK and LaGuardia. He won't neglect the mission in front of us. That makes one of us, Chopper. As I clearly neglected the mission the last time.
All units, altitude and radio silence restrictions are rescinded. Enemy aircraft scramble confirmed. Spread to attack formation.
Yeah, I guess in the modern age, geopolitical age, there are two cardinal sins. The first one being don't raise gas prices, aka don't fuck with the oil supply. And two is don't fuck with America's boats. Either one will basically lock everyone, or the Western world's sights on you, and if you commit both sins, then God rest your soul.
This is Capital District Air Command. We haven't deployed any Allied military transport planes to civilian airports at this time. Tanks coming out of transport planes. They're firing. It's the enemy.
Alright, I guess I'll support the airport. God. Why do I have to do everything myself?
They say enemy tanks have appeared out of transport planes at the airport. What the
It's because you're playing Jesus. No, that's Mobius 1.
Helicopters inside that thing too?
It looks like we were tricked. This
Nope.
is obviously just a diversion.
Oh, wait. Actually, I take it back. Blaze would fit plain Jesus because he technically died for our sins and came back even stronger.
Everything was fine. Kid, you notice something?
Attention passengers, please do not run inside the terminal hallways. We urge you not to panic. Please stay calm.
I remember
and
that.
evacuate the area.
Sakale.
Please calm down. Damn it, nobody's
During the middle of Operation Praying Mantis, a Soviet destroyer or cruiser
This is Chopper.
just showed up in the middle of the operation, and when the Americans are like, "What the hell are you doing?" The Soviet captain was just like, "We're just here to take pictures. Want some popcorn?"
It's too dangerous. I can't give you clearance to land right now. Tell that to my fuel tank. Can't you help us land here? This is OWA Flight 783. We're running out of fuel, too. Are you listening to me? This is war here. The freight terminal's getting shot at. Damn it! This is a civilian airport.
My favorite part was when A6 intruders from the Enterprise were ordered to just do a visual flyby of the Iranian frigate. You know, just to do visual identification. They weren't cleared to fire, you know, unless the Iranians fired first. But they forgot to tell the intruders how they were supposed to do the flyby. So the intruder pilots are like, fuck it. We'll do a Top Gun style buzz the tower at 50 feet above the water while the Iranians open fire. They pop countermeasures and then they radioed the Iranian frigate and was like, "We're going to sink you now."
This feels like it's all been planned too perfectly.
Fired harpoon missiles and then dropped 15,000 pounds worth of bombs on it. The Enterprise fire control people were like, "What the hell are you doing? You weren't cleared to fire." And the intruder pilots just like, "They shot at us first. Not our fault. You forgot to tell us how we were supposed to make the approach." And they're just like, "Fine. Go get them."
There's no military advantage to a civilian airport. This is nothing more than retribution. Parents, please stay with your children. Please follow all announcements and verbal directions.
What the hell is going on here? Rumors are starting to spread.
Please do not crowd the exits. It is extremely dangerous.
Passengers are stampeding for the emergency exits. There's too many of them. Split everyone up. It's a sea of people. I can't control them.
Yeah, I love stories like that where the grunts find loopholes in their orders to do what they really want without getting in trouble, because technically they followed the rules.
They took out that tank in one hit. Don't shoot at us, all right? Shoot over there.
Chopper, box 2.
Backup security unit should be coming your way soon.
Yeah, they did end up sinking the second Iranian frigate on the way back to the Enterprise.
Maintain your current positions.
Because again, they get shot at, although in their defense, they were not trying to provoke the second frigate.
Affirmative.
The reason being is they were almost out of ammunition. And they were out of harpoons. So they basically had to womp rat the bombs in order to sink it.
The enemy forces that tried to capture Apito
All right.
Airport have been destroyed.
Speaking of intruders,
Managed to infiltrate the airport.
guess what?
Additionally, the effects
What
of the
aircraft are doing now?
college town of Bana are currently subsiding, thanks to the neutralizing.
Yeah, I know, Zakil. 1,000-pound bomb straight through the smokestack.
To be a Yuktobanian special
That's why I called it a womp rat.
They were planning to link up with the main force
After
at the
Star
airport,
Wars.
but they aborted their.
Alright. Powder keg.
I will now brief
The Ukes want to blow our shit up? Fine, we'll blow your shit up. But we're gonna do it even better.
If you all really are innocent, then I suggest you prove it out there on the battlefield.
Pearl,
We have
shut the
discovered
fuck up.
position of a secret facility
I used to
Yuktobani
bullseye womp
used
rats
to
in my
store
T-16 back home.
According to our information, the base is located deep in the jungles north of Lake Dama. The facility is massive and contains enough ammunition to supply a Yuktobanian ground division for a week of combat operations.
So, Mr. Briefing Man, what you're saying is it's gonna make a real big fucking boom when I light that shit off.
In the dense jungles with shoulder-mounted SAMs. They are very hard to detect from the air, so stay heads up for sudden attacks from these missiles when flying at low altitude.
Okay, theoretically I could have used the Quack Bang for this mission because the jamming would actually be useful. But you know what I find even funner than that? Is not trying to line up to aim for those tunnels and instead just dropping 1,000-pound bombs on them and having it have the same effect. Yeah, Sly, this is what I meant when I said Quack Bang. Because it's a rubber duck. Kept hearing E6. Yeah. This is an E6. Or are you talking about what we were... EA6B. Still not easy. E6 is easier to say in casual conversation than EA6. That's why when people talk about the FA-18 Hornet, they call it the F-18. They drop the A because saying two letters together is not as easy as just saying one. I think you might be crossed. You know a thing or two about big booms when you place. Remember when you blew your engines out on takeoff? Yeah, I know you know they're fine. It's an A6 equipped for electronic warfare, modifying the A with E. Yeah, I know. And yes, I know that E6 is technically enlisted rate 6. But we weren't talking about military ranks. Boeing E6. Oh. Is that the... Is that the AWACS? part of Looking Glass could fire nukes? Because I'm not familiar with that then. E6B Mercury. Oh. The command post and communications. So it's an AWACS. I've never really heard of that one before. There's an AWACS before AWACS. Well, fine. I'm sorry I misspoke, but I figured that since you knew I was playing Ace Combat 5 and that you knew the aircraft roster, you would be able to figure out that when I said E6, I meant EA6. And no, the EA6B is not just an A6, it's technically not even named Intruder. It's called the Prowler. Hello, Nugget. It's an A6 variant, you pigeon. Pigeon, huh? But anyway, we're taking the Intruder.
Captain, please choose my plane.
Which plane am I going up in, Captain?
Captain, which plane should I use?
Try to think of a silly bird.
Are we launching in this formation?
War Dog, launch.
Yeah, Nugget, I'm here breaking Sly's mind by calling the EA6B the E6 because, you know, I figured everyone would understand in casual conversation, but he was thinking of fucking proto-AWACS. That's not even in the damn game. And I called it a quack bang because it had a rubber ducky's paint job and it acts like a flashbang. Cause casual conversation. And then he called me a pigeon. Better kill all the stingers. I mean, I'll kill the ones that are shooting at me. No. Is Chopper gonna give me the birds and the bees? Okay, the hole is really, really deep, Blaze, so you're gonna have to line up and penetrate it. Chopper, please don't penetrate the deep hole. I know what a pigeon is. I may not live in New York, but KC still has pigeons. Now's not the time to give relationship advice. New York's got all kinds of rats. Walking rats, flying rats, and swimming rats. What are the swimming rats? Like... Oh. I thought they were like a euphemism for another animal. You know, you're being okay. The escaped alligators. Yeah. Sly, does New York actually have gators in the swamp or in the sewers?
We're still only halfway there, but I'd like to start worrying about how we're gonna get back.
Or is that an urban legend?
I never complain about
You could visit right there. I can't afford to go to New York right now.
I just want to get this harness off and jump into a hot tub. I'm tired of sitting on this ejection seat.
Besides, I don't really want to fly because most of the airlines out of KC use Boeing aircraft, and until Boeing gets their shit together, there's a non-zero chance they're just gonna fall apart mid-flight. It's fine. It's fine.
This whole place is a tinderbox. Look how well it burns.
This area is too muddy. It's going to delay our advance. We can't put out the fire in time. The transport ship's still loading supplies right now.
Don't be such a wuss, Rats. That's why you take part in the American pastime of a road trip. I'm from the Midwest. Road trips are what we do.
This defensive fire maneuver training is nice and all, but I'd like to move on if you don't mind.
We can't go any faster on foot.
I mean, we once did a family vacation when I was a kid where we drove to Omaha,
This is Edge. Target acquired.
then we drove to some city in Iowa. I'm not sure which one it was, but it wasn't Des Moines. Then we drove to St. Louis. Then we drove somewhere in Arkansas. And then we made it back home to KC. Yeah, in the Midwest we fucking drive. Well, it's just an open door. Brings his own parachute. So that's too heavy for carry-on? Omaha, Nebraska. It's the only city in Nebraska. The rest of the place is fucking corn. But I guess you could say Lincoln, Nebraska. The capital might be big enough to be a city.
In situations like this, a true idiot would propose to burn down the entire jungle.
Hey, Chopper, shut up. That is a brilliant idea. Burn the jungle.
That's our captain. You're built a lot tougher than I am.
And I'm not saying that just because I'm a pyromaniac that has problems. I think you're just saying that because you're a pyromaniac that has problems. Shut up, Sly! No, I'm not! Another thing about most of the state corn. Ohio's only hills of corn, take it or leave it. I mean, I live in a state that's mostly wheat. You get you get like 15 minutes west of Topeka, and you're in a fucking wheat field until you hit the Rockies.
Chopper, you're getting a little annoying. Concentrate on your mission.
Hey, I know you're stressed, lady, but don't be taking it out on me. It never gets to all of them like this.
How sad is it that you're in a fulcrum that gets shot down by a bomber?
I was just about to lose it, man.
The situation is not looking good here. Power's down. Monitors inactive on all floors. Damn it. It's white.
That's some stockpile of supplies they got there. They were serious.
Technically attacking us. I mean, yes, it's called an attacker, but I'm equipped with bombs. So it's a bomber.
And we're holding the supply lifeline of our entire army. If you don't want to lose this war, then hurry up and destroy the enemy. This is Zone 4. The fire's beginning to set.
I mean, in my book, an attacker is just a bomber that doesn't use bombs. It's like getting shot by 10 by an A-10. Exactly. Although, if you're dumb enough to come down and fight the A-10's dogfight, you deserve to get burnt.
This place is lost. Evacuate. We can't have the soldiers on the front line fight with their bare hands.
My headset is all messed up. The engine noise is killing my ears.
Please, missile evaded.
Mind you, the A-10 is not useless unless you have total air superiority. Well, yeah, that's what the F-15's for.
Missile hit. All right, here they come.
Sam, confirm destroyed.
All armories destroyed. Mission complete. Return to base.
Well, it's over.
Mission complete. Let's go home.
Nagasaki. You gotta say that with a little more feeling. At least we get to go home again today, right?
Yeah.
So, cheer up a little, huh?
It's not mentioning friendly fire issues have.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, yeah, it has its flaws, but for close air support, where it can actually loiter around and provide more continual support, the only aircraft that can actually beat it
The target
is either the AC-130
With this operation,
or
the lifelines of the Yuktabanian army. Their
an
ability to
up-armored
conduct
crop
operations will be
duster
reduced across the entire
that I
nation.
forgot what the designation is, but that's mainly used by the Special Forces because it's a little too small to really do anything else. But for close-in air support, if you can't get an AC-130, yes, the Sky Warden, that's the one. The A-10 is still a great plane to use because, I mean, we have more A-10s than we do AC-130s. Ah, yes, the Demon of Razgriz. For this one, we're finally going to use an aircraft
Despite the hectic
that
movement of the
isn't
staff at HQ,
American-made.
The start of the briefing was delayed.
In fact, I think it's the only non-American aircraft in the entire game that is also carrier capable.
Weren't the slightest bit disturbed by the delay.
Hey, what are you writing there?
I just can't remember this next phrase.
Don't remember the
Hey,
Tale of the Demon Rosgriz involving demon launching cruise missiles. That's in one of the pages that got torn out, Sly. And yes, Nugget, the Rafale, the only good French aircraft. Fight me. And that's a new Billy the Demon learn. They haven't updated the lore yet.
Settle down, people.
I know a little about that famous legend, too. When history witnesses a great change, Rosgriz reveals itself, first as a dark demon. As a demon, it uses its power to rain death upon the land, and then it dies. However, after a period of slumber, Rosgriz returns.
Although I'm willing to bet that the demon of Rosgriz could launch Eldritch Blasts. And if they have the Eldritch Invocation Eldritch Spear to max out the range of that shit, it might as well be a cruise missile.
The Osean army is planning a vast
Sacre bleu!
ultimate objective of occupying
Femme la bruche. I don't know what that meant,
It will end the war in very short order.
but it's French.
The Yuktobanians have attacked our beachhead.
If you made me say anything, that'll get me,
submersible carrier
um,
in the icy waters of Rosgriz Straits.
get me TOS Nugget. I'm going to be very mad.
So despite the missile attack, the offensive began as planned. Nevertheless, we must neutralize the threat of another Rimfaxi missile attack on our ground forces.
We have a single
I'll have to write
stage
you a
a
sternly
successful
worded
air
letter.
attack on the underwater carrier Rimfaxi. Our passive sonar has detected a
It
transport
at least
sub
should mean
that we
shut your mouth.
believe is
Fair
headed
enough.
for the Rimfaxi. We believe the transport sub's mission is to supply the Rimfaxi with missiles. Based on its course and speed, we've calculated its rendezvous time with the Rimfaxi. By amazing coincidence, it is precisely the same time as the 0 hour of our ground attack. At this time, the Rimfaxi
I know you
has
did.
the surface to
That's why I
restart
said
its
I would
missiles.
write you a sternly worded letter.
Ingress at low altitude to avoid detection.
Because we all know those are jokes. Also, Sly, I'm surprised you didn't send the briefing when it said, by amazing coincidence, this just happens to be the 0 hour of our operation. Contrived coincidence is contrived.
Arkbird this time around. This mission rests solely on your shoulders. The entire ground offensive is relying on this first surprise attack, so don't disappoint us. I want you to turn the icy Rosgriz Straits into the enemy's graveyard.
It's because I don't think it's a coincidence. They literally say, by amazing coincidence. Or are you thinking the Ukes are doing 40 chess moves? Oh, they seem to think so, but you think it's intentional on the Ukes' part. I mean, maybe. I guess they are getting intel from the Greymen. Yeah, but it's Osea. You gotta trust the people who forget the gun cams exist. I guess. But since it's a jokey video, I thought you would have done the... Because you've done other nitpick sins.
Which plane am I going up in, Captain?
Captain, which plane should I use?
Are we launching in this formation?
War Dog, launch.
Should send that though, not because it's convenient, but because it's literally not a coincidence. Fair enough.
1 mile to refueling craft. 500 yards to go.
I don't know why they're making us dock with a K-10 when we're taking a naval aircraft. Why not just launch from a carrier? I mean, they do that in A7. So it's clear that the OADF and the OMDF work together. No available carriers. I mean, the Kestrel's available. Too far north. Okay, I'll give you northeast, but I won't give you north because we're on the Raspberry Straits are the farthest north there is in Strange Real.
Stay at low altitude and fly towards the submarine fleet. You are restricted from flying above 1,000 feet. We can't risk having our surprise attack detected.
I'm getting chills. This northern sea
Don't know where the barbet is.
I
I guess.
There's no way that could have been the Rosgrees.
I just have a hard time believing that. Oh wait,
Mike and try talking to myself.
no, that actually does make sense because even the United States cannot rebuild a new carrier in 3 months. And I forgot that's literally how long this war takes. Because reasons.
This is Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell, the advisor HQ. That picket submarine just sent off an enemy detection notice. The Rimfaxi's gonna dive in 1 minute. Attack immediately.
We can damn well try, but it won't be a good carrier. I mean, I guess we could do an escort carrier. Because OC was preparing this for 30 years. Hello, Starscream. Welcome to stream.
30 seconds to Rimfaxi dive.
He's been here. Oh, you were here? I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry. Pro streamer. It's not that I don't love you, Starscream. It's just my natural perception is a negative 10. So I literally have to roll a nat 20 to notice anything. Floof gives me shit for that all the time. Is this really the guy I give myself so much? Gee, thanks again. That actually hurt. Assumptions that all of OC's other carriers are overseas by the time they would arrive in the Ceres. OC is already in the Jalachi Desert and doesn't need carriers. I mean, perhaps. Well, I think the United States Navy has only 7 Nimitz-class supercarriers. I mean, we've got, I think we've still got other smaller ones, but I think we've only got a max of 7.
Down.
11 total carriers. I'd look it up, but I'm a little busy at the moment. Hey there. How's it going? I'm just gonna hit you with these French harpoons. Okay, that should be a sin, because no submariner in their right mind would call their sub a ship. It's a boat. No matter the size, it's a boat.
What are you doing? Attack, you idiot! Are you just gonna let them destroy our ground forces?
Jeez, I thought this guy would be nicer than our base commander back home.
The top brass are all the same. Illustrates damaged! Unable to submerge!
Yay! We cleared the damage. What makes a ship versus a boat? Well, it's just tradition to call a sub a boat. Here we go. The Rafale does not have the acceleration that the Lightning does.
10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Or the Hornet, for that matter.
What's the matter? I thought this was the world's best fleet. I know. I'm not gonna let them plant that for long.
Maybe it's just an American tradition. In which case, I guess it shouldn't be a sin, because this isn't an American boat. But even the boomers, the biggest subs we got, if you call it a ship to a submariner's face, at best they'll just give you the evil eye. At worst, you're going to the hospital because they are going to flatten you out. Because that is a boat. Just call it boat there. Okay. I mean, like 5 years ago on a different continent, one plane changed the course of an entire war. Maybe it's the same term jet. That could be.
Faxi, it appears you're up against Rosgreaves itself out there. Looks like they were the real Rosgreaves, not us. Maybe someone's trying to tell us that our time is up.
Quit talking and sink. Before I call the Amerians out here. How can 4 planes change the tide of war? Have you heard of the Yuzian Continental War? Yes, I know it's officially called the Continental War. But technically there's been 2 Continental Wars. Even though one is not officially called the Continental War. But fuck you. Actually, technically there's been 3 Continental Wars. The first Yuzian, the Onian, and then the second Yuzian.
It's just that I heard you used to be a fighter pilot yourself.
It's just that the second Yuzian is called the Lighthouse, and the Onion is officially called the Ameria-Slovakia War because no one said that the Onions were creative.
Talk about a lack of respect.
Where did you meet Captain Bartlett?
We were both shot down and we bailed out behind enemy lines in the last war. We got through the bullet-ridden battlefield and made it back to the Allied front line. I tell you, it was tough getting the Army to believe we were on their side.
Oh, it actually is
You two?
officially known as the Second Continental War. Okay. I thought it was just the Lighthouse.
Oh, no, I didn't mean
Now,
it that
considering
way.
how much Mobius 1
Even if you're
achieved
not
in the
flying with
Yuzian
those
Continental
pilots,
War,
your agent experience provides
how could the
lots of support for all of
Euxinosians
them.
not even know that
wanted to tell you
pilots
that.
can do things such as
I see
flying
you
into
really listen to
tunnels?
what they say. You
This also
always
goes
have
for the Onian
qualifications
Continental
for it.
War, as Estovia had no
Well,
idea. Okay, I can explain the Onian
We're all
one
going to need you, now more than ever.
because at the time of the Yuzian Continental War,
These
Anya
people,
was dealing
it's
with
like
their
they're
own
working on a portal that
shit.
could snap at any second. Going to reach the breaking point.
Slovakia especially was recovering from getting bitch slapped by Ulysses. And I think the Slovakian Civil War was either just starting or was already underway. So whatever was happening in Usia, half a world away, they didn't give a shit. Ameria was trying to unite the continent into the Republic of Ania. Unsuccessfully, I might add, because Nornavik just wanted to be Nornavik and meddle in the affairs of everyone. And Slovakia, again, had the bitch slap from Ulysses that they had to deal with, and a failing government, failing economy, civil unrest. So yeah, at the time of the First Continental War, all of Ania's eyes were turned inward. Whatever was happening outside of the continent was not a priority. Now for Osea, they have no excuse. Other than, I guess, that stereotypical excuse that America has of, if it's not American, we don't give a shit about it. Until, you know, it affects global gas prices. Or you fuck with our boats. That could be Osea's default. Excuses, especially since Harling didn't get enough. Osea, fuck you. It's also worth noting the major sighting of the Agayon was on Yuktobanian radar. Really? Where was that? Yeah, I know, North Point. But they might not have known about the tunnel flight because that happened at Megalith. And since that technically happened after the war ended, and it involved weapons of mass destruction, ISAF might have wanted to cover up the whole incident so as not to terrify the other nations of Strandriel, thinking, whoa, these fuckers have things that can rain Ulysses fragments down on us? What the fuck is actually going on there? Yuktobanian spy satellite, not radar, but same thing. They sighted out of Slovakia 4 months before the invasion of Grace Mary. If only they told the Amerians. Alright, for this mission, Ice Cage, we're gonna take the Super Cat.
Captain, please choose my plane.
It is an in-universe article in the A6. Okay, so it's official. Cool. I mean, that would make sense. The Agayon is huge, and it's not exactly stealthy. I guess the Yeeks tried to warn the Marians, but Marian didn't heed the warning because they were still doing some internal works. Maybe. But let's see here. You'd think that the Amerians would have detected something that big in the Fuscum Sea during peacetime. where you shoot down a guy and is supposed to be a... Really? I guess that's a callback to... We sink the Rimfaxi over what's supposed to be Amerian territory. That's not... Oh. Fine. Ruin my fun.
This is Archer.
The briefing map literally pretends the Russian continent doesn't exist.
You think the captain, I mean, Captain Bartlett, you think he's in there? I bet he is. He's probably busy cussing.
I don't know why. My only theory is that because A6 was... So if you try to put the position where we shot down the guy, it wasn't doing the... Oh. I think the reason why the A6 briefing map doesn't include Veruja is it was designed for the Xbox 360 as an exclusive, and no one on the 360 really knew what the fuck Ace Combat was. So to cut corners, I mean, that's my only working theory, Sly. It's not a good one. It's admittedly a long shot, but why bother world building from previous gens if no one's going to know? I think the more likely explanation is they wanted the guy to be far enough away from the coast when we shot it. I guess I just hand wave it that's in the Fuscum Sea close to like, let me bring up the Onion map here real quick. I always pictured it kind of close to where that massive inlet that kind of curves deep into inland Ameria. I've always kind of figured it was like 12 miles off of the mouth of that inlet. But I never really paid attention to the map.
You're not still blaming yourself, are you?
Curious if the remains of the guy and river recovered by the Ukes. Maybe? Fuscum.
Roger. You're that squadron from Sand Island, right? I've heard of you guys. Can't wait to see you do your stuff.
Engaging.
Archer, engaging. Chopper, engaging.
Where's your report? Hey, napping again?
These enemy air patrols are really cramping our style.
You can't detect them unless you get close.
Yeah, we gotta find and shoot them all down, or else the helicopter won't be able to get close. We gotta move fast, too, because the campus better be secure for long.
You forgot this mission is in the game.
We've destroyed all the radios except for this one.
I mean, I can see it.
The enemy haven't spotted us yet, have they? If the enemy contacts you, just give them small talk. This is
It's not exactly a memorable one.
Everything's quiet so far. This is Sea Goblin. Does it seem like the enemy craft have noticed our infiltration?
Not at the moment.
Come on, Captain. Relax. Just wait there at the camp. Roger. We've cut off the enemy's lines of communication here.
You know, memorable thing here is Nagase getting shot down.
The situation is...
And Chopper saying, "God damn it, Nagase!"
I'm not getting any response from the guards in the control room area.
but they noticed ours.
No, I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched. Hey, did you see a figure behind that window over there?
Yeah, earlier in the stream I said that I started to say that in lit fuse that it didn't look like it was bad weather because of the PS2 engine. And I remembered, wait, there's snow effects in the air for Ice Cage, so that's out.
Let's see. There are 5 planes left.
Hurry up with the retrieval. The Ukes aren't that stupid.
Ukes aren't that I mean, they might be, not the grunts, but they're officers? Sure. I mean, they're losing to us. How bright could they be? Hold on. They're questioning whether they see any figures in the camp. If they're Marines, they should have had the whole camp cleared. I mean, Zakal, let's be honest. If they were Marines, yes, they would have the whole camp cleared. And everyone in Yuktobania would know they were doing it. The Marines are many things, but subtle is not one of them. All right. Thank you, Sly. If the Navy was going to send anybody to do a prisoner extraction, it would be one. I don't think there are Spec Ops Marines. The Navy's Spec Ops is what's called the SEALs. Yeah, I know Seagalman is supposed to be Marines. But at least, I don't know about OSEA, but America, the Navy has the SEALs as their Spec Ops. Oh, mission update.
This is Seagull. Our ride's here. The ground's still crawling with weapons installations, though, so they can't land. Put them out for us.
Yeah, Scale, you of all people should know that the Marines aren't subtle because they had a tank where they ripped the turret off, strapped on 6 recoilless rifles that you actually have to get out and manually reload. And to aim the damn thing, they have each recoilless rifle have a spotting rifle that's basically a 50 cal. That's how subtle the Marines are. The Army has 3 Spec Ops groups, the Rangers, Green Berets, and Delta Force, which we know less about than the SEALs. Well, the SEALs are sent in... I mean, the Rangers are sent in if Uncle Sam wants somebody dead. The SEALs are sent in if Uncle Sam wants somebody dead and they want the whole world to know about it. Because the SEALs will do it with utmost precision, so they're optically better. The Rangers, not so much. They tend to favor a more scorched earth policy. Critical Role is doing collab with Among Us. Oh God. How would that even work? Are they just doing a Critical Role cast playing Among Us? Or are they actually making characters and doing a tabletop version of Among Us? Because I'd actually respect it more if they were doing a tabletop version.
The weather's getting even worse. Our allies are firing up at them too. Be careful.
Sam, confirmed destroyed.
It's because the SEALs always have to write a book about it.
Thanks for taking out the trash. We're taking a few
Well,
outside.
it's...
See their smiling faces?
Oh, but Among Us has Critical Role cost. Okay. Vox Machina, Mighty Nine, or Hell's Bells?
W's are heading for the helicopter. We're almost done.
Or just yes?
Those people.
Personally, I like Vox Machina better.
Nagase's actually going down to look. All right, everyone's in the helicopter. Checking to make sure we got all of them.
Sea Goblin, is Captain Bartlett there? Check for a Captain Bartlett.
Largely because Sam Riegel set out to create the worst and most useless character, a gnome bard, but turned out to be like the MVP of the entire playthrough.
Damn it, Nagase.
I mean, I guess we shouldn't be surprised because he is Shamrock. Rip Nagase. She's not dead. She bails out.
You all right?
Rip Tomcat.
My plane's trashed, but those are always replaceable.
Says you, I have to pay for it. I heard of countermeasures, Nagase. Ah, the Oceans don't believe in flares until until the Lighthouse War.
Landing point confirmed. Roger. Heading in to pick her up. The gunship crashed.
Damn it. The storm's too strong.
Got chaffing flares for a reason, even then there's terrain asking.
But we have to wait for conditions to get better before we can...
Also, it's not like missiles are
Please, be patient. All we can do now is wait.
effective in this, or effective at homing in this game anyway. You can just dodge them. Oh, but wait, that was a cutscene missile. I'm sorry, I forgot that cutscene missiles are 100% accurate. And 100% lethal.
POW rescue operation was
My mistake.
and both the Marines and our
So,
friends
even
held
if she popped flares or chaff, it's a cutscene missile it's gonna hit.
who was attacked and bailed out during the operation, Colonel Perot will issue orders on her behalf. Central Command will be replacing Captain Nagase's plane that was lost in the crash.
None of the rescued POWs
Oh wait,
saw-
Command's actually gonna be replacing the plane?
Where could he be, I wonder?
I don't have to buy it? Okay.
More favorable weather
Fair enough.
conditions. We will carry out
Normally you have to
rescue
buy the
operations.
planes.
That's right. You've all been promoted yet again. You guys are burning through the ranks, you know that? You can thank High Command for it.
I don't give a shit about the rank. I care about the pay that comes with it. You know, the money still comes out of your paycheck. Oh, seeing tax dollars at work. Yep. That's how they get you.
She'd left her book in the crew room. A Blue Dove for the Princess. That was the title of the book she left behind.
Can't believe my taxes went up because some girl couldn't use
Her favorite
flares.
book from her childhood. The pages have torn off over the years, and she
Recently learned how to use full terrain masking. Is there's VTOL VR mission at night where you're going and destroying weapon caches, and the enemy has SAM sites hidden in all the mountains. Had a few holes in your airframe, but still managed to land. Yeah, VTOL VR is like one of those hyper-realistic flight sims, right? Like DCS. Blaze is just seething because they had to pay more taxes after that mission.
On purpose, rather than having to take part in the invasion of another country.
It's the most tense 20 minutes you've ever played. Alright. Let's see here. I think we'll do one more mission because my voice is starting to hurt. And we are at the 2-hour mark. So this will be Act 2, Part 1. Next mission you remember, but only because you don't like it.
We will now launch a combat search and rescue operation for the captain. Captain Nagase is currently on the run from.
But for White Noise, we're going back to the Hornet.
Is still broadcasting. This transmission is extremely weak.
So now, DCS is more realistic, but VTOL is more realistic than Ace Combat or Project Win because you actually have to know how to start the aircraft, which is heavily simplified as usage, or as is most weapon systems. They're not forgiving with the ammo count either. Oh, one of those games. Yeah, I'll take my arcadey chaos that is Ace Combat and Project Wingman, because I like the power fantasy of being Maverick. I don't want the reality of having to go back to base every time I fire a fucking Sidewinder. Comet 7 is still one of your favorite cancels. It's a good one. Of strictly of Ace Combat games, I would have to say 7 is my second favorite. First is a 6. Then 7. Then 0. Then 4. Then X. And then 5. Then Assault Horizon, but I haven't really played that in forever because my PS3 controller is dead, and my 360, I think, is maybe a few hours away from a red ring. Joint Assault's down there at the bottom. Oh, Legacy is up there. I don't know exactly where, but I do like Assault Horizon Legacy. Don't do is give you supersonic flight. Oh. Well, you're a VTOL. VTOL aircraft normally don't have supersonic flight. I think the only VTOL aircraft that does is the F-35B. And even then, it's slower than its Alpha and Charlie cousins. Alright. The Super Hornet. Super Hornet.
Which plane should I use? We're launching with this formation then? War Dog, launch.
Strictly Ace Combat. 1 is 0, 2 is 7, 3 is 5 for the story, 4 is... Have you not been able to play 6, Zakale?
Pay attention to the changes in the signal's pitch and tempo. Right. I'll try to get a bearing that has a better response.
Because of its exclusivity, I understand why.
Kid, do you understand how to view the distress signal sensor on your HUD? Okay, just checking. Make sure you don't miss Nagase's signal. Hey, Blaze, did you see someone below us just now? I thought I saw someone moving. Maybe it was just my imagination. Enemy planes above.
Just your imagination once again.
I'm the one being protected.
the FA-23 Wasp, which is a mix of the F-15 and FA-18. You don't fly a VTOL. Then why do they cap, or why don't they let you do supersonic flight? Here we go. Oh, yeah. If you didn't get the pre-order A7 on the Xbox, you don't get the digital version of A6. So if you have a discless Xbox, you're screwed. It came out 2019. So you got PW on the Xbox first. But the PW didn't hit the Xbox until like at least 2020. I think. Fair enough. Alright, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for not maneuvering. I know Seagull in the safe. I'm taking care of this thing.
Is the rescue team back yet? Did they pick her up? One bandit down. Seagull arriving at designated point momentarily. He's at your 6 o'clock.
Why didn't Nagase go to the enemy airbase to steal time cap? Because there isn't an airbase nearby.
Alright, prepare to drop. Don't make her wait any longer. Everyone ready? Go, go, go!
And if there was and she didn't do that, then I would be very disappointed. In actuality, one, she was in a blizzard.
Say, Blaze, I think that song would be perfect for a time like this, you know?
No.
Really? Didn't you say the other day you liked
Two,
that song? Back of the coin?
it's actually better to stay close to where you crashed unless you're being actively pursued by hostiles. Because if you move, you're harder to find. She was indeed actively... I mean, once the weather cleared, yeah. But until then, no.
Our combat search and rescue of Captain Nagase was a success. We're having a physician check on her condition right now.
The not Iranian weapons weapons manufacturing facility was in the mountains, though. Granted, the not Iranian air base was much more flatter. Guys, I don't think you quite understand just how much area or distance a dogfight can cover, especially when you're hauling ass not to get shot. No, I know you know. I'm talking to the others. Saying is Tom Cruise is better than Nagase? Well, yes, of course. Nagase is a wingman. Maverick is a flight lead. At least Nagase didn't sell her soul to Scientology. Well, Nagase is kind of cultishly obsessed with space travel, so Nagase is a captain. Yes, she is a captain, but she is not a flight lead. Blaze is the flight lead. An airbase was fielding 5th gen aircraft Su-57s that just happened to have an F-14, which I'm not sure that's a 3rd gen or 4th. I think it's a 4th gen. But that is why Sly and I are calling it not Iran. Because at this moment, the only nation that has active F-14s is Iran.
When the rescue team found her,
because we gave them to the Shah before the current Ayatollah took over. Because they were technically our allies against the Soviets. And the Ayatollah took over, and they promptly didn't want to have anything to do with us. So, yeah. That's part of the reason why when the Navy retired the Tomcat, instead of mothballing the Tomcat, they destroyed all of them. So the Iranians couldn't have parts.
And word of Nagase's squadron was getting around, as the force that sunk 2 of their most powerful submarines. The Yuk Army soldiers had nicknamed them the Demons of Raz Grease. She was obviously very proud of that when she told me about it later. Perhaps her pride was for Captain Bartlett, the man who had trained them. Or maybe it was for her current captain. However, nobody in the upper echelons of her own army was proud of them.
Imagine the smiling efforts of Tomcat parts.
And that made his old trainees the subject of suspicion and criticism.
Yeah. So instead, what... for the dogfight between the Felons and the Tomcats, the Navy played them using Hornets as a reference, but they CGI'd the fight. Because for some reason, Russia didn't want us using their state-of-the-art, in finger quotes, 5th gen aircraft in our dumb fighter plane movie, and us possibly firing missiles at them. Can't imagine why. And for some reason, Iran didn't want us to have access to their Tomcats for the same reasons. Also, while the Hornets, even in the actual mission, the Navy used the Hornets as like a reference, but the entire mission flight and flight back was CGI. Not a reference? I'm pretty sure they did. Okay, fair. They used one Hornet and copy-pasted. But for the actual effects and everything, they didn't... Or they used CGI because, one, they didn't want Tom Cruise to literally bend the airframes on their Hornets. And two, the Navy didn't want us firing surface-to-air missiles or air-to-air missiles at their Hornets. Not sure why.
What? What do you mean it's our turn to choose?
So they CGI the 5th gen aircraft, which are totally not SU-57s. I mean, I use the term 5th gen aircraft and SU-57 loosely. Prevention of friendly fires. Yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic, Cross. Yeah, I don't care. We're not actually doing that right now. Because I am getting hungry. Alright, so this will be the end of the stream for now. Tomorrow, in Mass Effect Andromeda, we're going to do as much of Drax loyalty mission as we can on Kadara. Then we're going to the Turian quote-unquote golden world, aka a radioactive asteroid. To do Vetra's loyalty mission, and, you know, just to clear it out. And if we have time, we'll head to the Krogan colony world of Eladon, playing AC5, which irritable is not advised, as the game already makes one irritable. Yeah. I love Ace5's story. I love its music. I hate its gameplay. But the story and the music are fantastic. So it's still a good game. It's just one that I have to dose myself on. But anyway, Saturday we're gonna finish up Halo 3 ODST. Sunday, we will, in Baldur's Gate 3 on the PC, Arella and Party are going to kick the shit out of Ketheric Thorm, and then get ready to make it into Act 3. Then Monday in Final Fantasy X, we're going to confront Seymour Guado in the Macalania Temple, and bad things are totally not going to happen at all. Wednesday with the Floof crew on Baldur's Gate 3, the Macarena Temple. Yes, the Macarena Temple slide. But Wednesday with the Floof crew in Baldur's Gate 3, we're going to spend some time in Rivington and do some side quests, partly to level up and partly to establish what we need to before we head into Baldur's Gate proper. And then next week, Thursday, we will continue the carrier run with the second half of Act 2. We'll probably go from the desert mission through mission 20. Which is that Closure? I don't know. It's the one where we rescue Harling. I make that the cutoff because even though we technically have swordsmen by that time, or ancient walls, gotcha. If you're doing a first playthrough, you are still stuck on War Dog colors. You don't get your Rosgreaves color until Solitaire. Okay, Closure is Mount Sherm, where we seal the nukes. Gotcha. Okay, check the map. Gotcha. I did not know the Yuktobania was that close to Ameria. Or Varousia was that close to Ania. Wow. Okay. That's not really an ocean. That really is a sea. It's like the Mediterranean between Italy and Africa. Literally everything works except heavy commanders. Yeah, I would canonically move it a little bit north, or a little bit east and a lot north. Basically, the midway point between the coast of Varousia and the mouth of that Hook Inlet is, in that sea area, that's where I would place the Glava Islands. But that's just me. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had fun. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow for Mass Effect.